Welcome to the tutorial on song mode. So we have two sequences and we want to be able to chain them together to make a song. If you haven't been following along so far and you don't understand how this app works, please go back and watch the earlier tutorials so that you can follow along and understand what we're talking about here. So we have two sequences, but we haven't named them yet. So to make life easier so that we can identify them, that's what we're going to do. To do this, go to sequence 1. Make sure in the sequencer row, press the option 2 button and go to rename. We're going to call this one main. Let's do it. And now go to sequence 2. Press the option 2 button and go to rename and call this one intro. Now we've got intro and we've got main. And we can use the left cursor and the right cursor to toggle between them, as shown in the last tutorial. So now we want to chain these sequences together using song mode. So access the menu by pressing the LCD screen and scroll down until you see song. Tap song and this will bring us into song mode. So basically when you start off in song mode, you can see that there are no sequences there. To add a new sequence, you can double tap the grey line here, or you can use the arrow down. At the moment, we are on main, but we want to start with the intro. So we'll use the right arrow to change the sequence to intro. We also want to increase the amount of times it repeats. So repeat basically is saying how many times do we want to loop this sequence over and over again. At the moment it's set to 2 by default, but we're going to make it repeat 4 times. To do this, we click on the green plus sign. If we want to reduce the amount, we press on the minus sign. So we're starting with the intro, then we're going to go into the main. To go to the main, we add another sequence. We can do this by tapping add new sequence or pressing down on the arrow down button. And then by default, we're on main because it's the first sequence in memory. We're going to leave it at 2 times to repeat. And we're going to add another intro at the end just to round it off. Do that by double tapping on add new sequence or using the arrow down key. Then use the right key to then change to intro. Right, so we've inserted 3 steps in this song mode, just for an example, but you can insert as many as you want. Tap on the first line or use the arrow key up to bring us to the very first point that you want to play the song from. We want to play our song from the beginning. That means we have to start from the very first line. Once you've done this, press play to hear our full song. What we can do now that we have our song, we can now export this to a file, a WAV file or MP3. To do this, scroll to the very top line, press the 3 dots to access the menu and go to Export Song. As we're going to make this export an MP3, click on the menu bar where it says Export WAV. Now click Export MP3. We're also going to give the song a name. We do that by clicking on this button here. I'm going to call mine My First Beat, but you can call yours anything you want. Next, specify a location on your device where you want to save the song by clicking on the phone drive button. Then click Do It. Once this is done, you can use your file manager to then play the song as an MP3. And it's that simple. Okay, so you've reached the end of this tutorial. To summarize, you've learnt how to rename a sequence, how to chain sequences together in song mode to create a song, and how to export a song as audio on your device's drive. If there's anything that you don't understand, please rewatch it again. I always say this, but it's important that you understand the concepts before moving to the next tutorial. Okay, hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot. Thank you and happy beat making.